Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Jay Speak. So today on Jay Speak, we're going to cover a topic. It's about the endless chase. But guitar players especially have issues with acquiring gear. You could say you're gassing for something, which if you're not familiar with that term, I'd be surprised, but it's gear acquirement syndrome. You could be affected by that. You could be affected by trying to find that specific sound that's in your head, or you're trying to match a famous recorded sound. Regardless of what you're trying to accomplish, you're kind of always chasing your tail, or at least I feel like that sometimes, where I hear, you know, the latest pedal and it's a slightly different approach to flanger than everything else before it, so you run out and buy it. In the end, is it really that much different? It could be. I mean, you've got analog versus digital pedals, and you have solid state versus tube, plugins versus real amps, and then also like the Kempers of the world. It almost never ends. And for guitars, for me specifically, guitars are pieces of art to me. I mean, it is something made out of wood most of the time. You got different colors, different pickups, different pick guards, you've got color, shapes, etc. So you could go down all sorts of rabbit holes. Does the guitar really sound that much different in the end? It could, but is it more for you or the listener? The listener is not going to care if you're playing a Strat or a Les Paul, a 335, an Explorer, a BC Rich guitar versus a Fender. They don't care what you're playing at all. Us as musicians, we do hear the subtle nuances. We are totally invested in, with our wallet and our time, a specific sound. And we know that there are specific tools for a trade. Fender's a wrench, a Gibson's a hammer, a Suhr is a saw. Whatever the analogies are, you're not going to use a saw to put a nail in. You're going to use a hammer to put a nail into a piece of wood. Like, you're not going to use a wrench to do that. There are different tools of the trade, and I guess my point is that if you cover the specific tools in your setups, you might not chase anything anymore. The chase is really fun, you know, playing lots of gear, doing different things, trying guitars out, amps, whatever, but it gets exhausting. It can be endless if you let it be. You can totally develop gas for something, pick it up, and be like, you know what? It really wasn't all that great. Or you could get it and it's wonderful. I think the more, over the years, I probably get more tired buying and selling gear than I ever have. I mean, it's fun, but it's losing its lure. I've also developed a certain taste. There's certain functional things I look for in gear, and there's also just my personal taste. What I like to hear and what I like to play. So I'm going to gravitate towards certain pieces of gear versus trying to acquire a mass. Now, I will say that as I've acquired a lot of gear, because I do have a lot of gear, to me, a lot of it is specific tools for certain sounds. Again, I'm not going to use a wrench to drill a hole. I'm going to use a drill to drill a hole and a wrench to tighten a bolt. Sometimes I need that Stratocaster. Sometimes I need that humbucker. Sometimes I need that Fender Clean. Sometimes I need that orange rock reverb sound. And I think what ends up happening is not only do I chase less, I also can't then sell anything because I have all these different tools and I'm afraid that if I let it out of my toolkit, I'm not going to have it. That thought is in the back of my head, but I still chase. Even though I have very specific things I like and very specific needs, I still look at that next new thing and I think, will that make me sound better? Is that the sound I've been chasing? It's not the same flanger, it's a different flanger, or if it's a different humbucker versus the one I'm using, is it better for what I do? I don't know. So I end up getting that new thing or that new amp or that new guitar or buying that new pickup and putting it in my guitar because I think it's going to be that holy grail tone that I've been looking for. And the truth of the matter is, it could be at the time, but after a year or two, your tastes move on, you develop something new, and you buy something new to combat that urge or that tone that's in your head. I don't think you can be a guitar player and not chase. You know, this all stemmed from a conversation I had with somebody about always getting new gear. And it's not that you're unhappy with your gear, it's just, will that new thing be the thing to help in buying new things? Or is that thing the sound that's in my head? Can I condense pedals if I get this one pedal? Can I get rid of a few? I think all these battles are things that guitar players battle with. And I don't see it a lot in drummers or bass players. You know, guitar is kind of its own animal. You know, I played drums for a while, and I was like that with drums. I was always getting a new tom or a new cymbal or whatever. It definitely was not as bad as the guitar obsession. And acoustic guitars, it's like, I see it, I hear it, but I kind of just want one and to be left alone. Electric, there's something about it that you just endlessly go. I'm sure you can relate. If you do, you know, let me know in the comments. I just felt like talking about it because I was talking about it with somebody, and I just wanted to bring it up on the channel. Kind of give you my thoughts, and maybe I could get some of yours too. So if you think guitar playing is an endless chase of tone and learning, you know, let me know why. And if you don't, that's cool too. I'm happy to disagree. That's it for the week. I hope you all have a wonderful week. If you have any questions, please leave them below. As always, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Many more videos to come. Don't miss one sub.